Hello and welcome to Player Podcast number 4. I'm Austin Rooney, one of the voices of the Harwich Mariners. You can check out the 3 previous podcasts on YouTube and Facebook. I had the opportunity to catch up with Dwanya Williams-Sutton before he left to get surgery and had to return home for rehabbing. He was actually the first player I had the opportunity to meet on the Cape when I attended a batting practice before the season, and he was always very kind to me, very good to me, and he was extremely approachable for interviews after the game, whether the team won or lost. And so I thought, what better than to do a player podcast with him and to see what he's really like off the field, see the person behind the player. And in this interview, we get to learn a little bit more about his nicknames, from D-Train and All Day to his successes in other sports and even his autograph signing. So without further ado, here is the interview with Dwanya Williams-Sutton. I'm sitting alongside Dwanya Williams-Sutton today. How are you doing, Dwanya?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing quite well. So we're going to start with our first question. This one is about nicknames. So, of course, I come into the dugout. I get the lineup card from Coach Englert.
D-Train?
You were originally D-Train, but it was later switched to All Day. What do they mean, and why the switch?
D-Train, the coach really gave me that name, but All Day my mom gave me that name when I was 12 years old at a Cal Ripken tournament because I made the last out diving for a ball, and she was like, All Day, Dwanya, and then from there on, that's when people started calling me All Day.
Did you tell Coach to switch to All Day, or did he hear about this? How did that switch kind of come about?
I'm pretty sure he saw it on my glove because it's on one of my outfit gloves for East Carolina.
Ah, okay, okay. And then D-Train, how did Coach come up with D-Train?
I have no clue. I guess just a big dude, and I look like a train.
All right, yeah. Okay, now moving us from nicknames a little bit over to your name, Dwanya. Does Dwanya have any specific significance? Do you know where it came from or anything?
I'm pretty sure I got named after Wanye from Boyz II Men.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a R&B singer, and my mom just added D because my uncles that passed away, name started with D, so she wanted to put Dwanya together.
Oh, wow, so it's very special there with
Yes,
the Dwanya and Dwanya. Excellent. So now moving on to the next question. So I heard you said you started playing baseball at 12 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So actually, I was watching an interview or a special report on D. Gordon, of course, the infielder for the Marlins, and on ESPN. It said that he didn't start playing baseball until he was 16, and he wore a collared shirt to the first practice, knew none of the rules, none of that. So when you started playing baseball when you were 12, did you know the rules? Did you have kind of a good idea? Was that the first time you played in an organized league?
I kind of had an idea. I mean, I played a little bit when I was like 8 years old, like the T-ball, but then after that I stopped playing. But so I kind of knew like the odds and ends of baseball.
Okay, and then I know, of course, you also played soccer, basketball. Which one were you best at when you were younger?
Most definitely basketball. I was a big basketball guy. My dad wanted me to be a basketball guy, but I wasn't tall enough where I thought I could play at the next level. So.
Okay, and so when did you kind of start to make the transition to baseball? Of course, you started playing baseball at 12. When did you recognize, you were really quite good?
Probably when I was 13. I started hitting the ball well when I was like 6 months afterwards. So, like a year later, I was really good. I was like, dang, I'm just gonna keep playing the sport because it was fun.
And did you quit basketball at that point, or was it?
Yeah, I quit AAU basketball, so and focus on baseball.
Okay, and you still play some basketball now, or? I
mean, I go to the gym and shoot around every day, but our coach at ECU don't like us going on the basketball court, so.
Okay. Now, of course, going back to baseball again, so you said you started to really realize you were good at 13. Now, of course, you also played against Kobe Vance. At what age did you play against Kobe Vance's team?
We played them from like 12 to 15, and then we didn't really play much when we got older because he played for like teams like way like somewhere else, and we played just local tournaments with the Wilson Pelicans.
Okay, and he said he always beat your team. Is that true, not true?
I mean, I can't recall it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we beat them too. He just want to brag about one win, I guess. I don't know.
Now, you mentioned playing soccer as well. Of course, you're an incredible athlete, baseball. You played, of course, basketball, and soccer as well is another sport you mentioned to me. You said you scored 28 goals your senior year. Was that the first time you'd played soccer? Did you know about soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer growing up, like 3 to like 6, and then I pretty much quit soccer. But, I mean, I knew how to play the game, and I'm pretty fast, so they needed me out there, and I mean, we made it pretty far for my first year. So.
And the first year you played in high school was your senior year?
Yeah, that was my only year I played soccer.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And did you ever think maybe I'll play this in college, play this in the future?
I was just doing that to stay in shape for basketball.
Very impressive. Now, of course, after the games, we'll go a little bit of a lighter note here. After the games, I always see you sign autographs for the kids and everything. And I also watch some of these videos on YouTube. I don't know if you know who Matt Antonelli is. You ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, so he was a first-round pick back in 2006, and he didn't ever make it to the major leagues. But he said when he was playing in the Cape League, his autograph looked like a first grader writing in cursive. It was not so good, but eventually it got to be a real autograph. Has your autograph changed over the years? Does it kind of stay the same?
Man, I'm pretty sure I got like 3 or 4 different autographs I signed, because I got a long name, so sometimes I just write DWS, or sometimes I write Dwanya Williams-Sutton. So
do you write your number there too?
Yeah,
or?
number 1 right on the top of my name. So
okay. But do you think has it changed over time? Was it originally more like DWS and you changed it?
It's more DWS now. It used to be full out Dwanya Williams-Sutton, which I knew took up too much of the ball, so I needed to leave room for other people to write.
Now I'm going to ask you more about what do you do on a day-to-day basis here on the Cape? What has your time been like every day, and who's been your roommates when you've been out here on the Cape?
My roommate right now is Brian Christian.
Dally and Teddy.
And Dale, my boy Dale, and Teddy. And we hang out with Chris too, and my boy Kyler down there, and Taylor. She's cool peeps. But I mean, it's been fun down here, hanging out with new people, getting to know more people, and I mean, I wish I could stay longer, but ended up short.
So what do you do off the field on a normal day? You get up in the morning. What's your daily routine?
Pretty much get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, jump in the shower, and then my host mom always make me some food when I wake up. So she always cook me a good breakfast to go out, and then I usually go work out or go to the batting cages before the games with Kobe and Travis, and then we usually just go to the games after that. We just go sit around and watch TV until the game time.
All right, sounds good. I have a couple more questions here for you. So now, of course, unfortunately, you do have to leave tomorrow. Friday it is, right?
Friday.
But so you're gonna be home for about a month, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be home. Well, I'm going back to have surgery next Thursday, so I'll be home back at my home in Greenville and rehabbing all through up till school time.
Okay, so you're just going to be a lot of rehabbing once you get back.
Yes, sir.
So you talked a little bit about the injury. Can you tell me kind of what happened there, or?
I mean, it's kind of like a lingering injury I had back at school, the 4th game of the season at Campbell. I dove into second base and brought my thumb all the way back and had a little like involution fracture and messed up a little bit of my ligaments in there. So I sat out about like 20, 25 games and felt fine. Came up here, and then the other night, last Friday night, diving for the ball in Chatham, I just came down on it again, and then it swole all up, and so me and Taylor went to the urgent care, and he said I probably tore some of the ligaments right there next to my thumb. So.
Okay, and you get the X-ray or anything?
Yeah, no more broken bones in there.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. So,
a good thing.
When you're hoping to be ready by?
I'll be ready before, probably end of October, most likely.
Oh,
it's
great!
Like
so you'll be all ready to go when come the winter and of course start of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, now before I let you go here, I have two more questions here. First of all, when we started out here on the Cape, you told me the transition from metal to wood's been a little bit tough, of course, but you started to hit the ball a little bit better by the time you came out with the injury. How has the transition been? Do you feel like you got better with hitting the ball with the wooden bats, and how are you going to go with that in the future?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, as you play a game every day and you see the ball, see the pitching, and I mean, it starts to feel like the metal bat. Honestly, you just adjust to it so good, and then, I mean, going back to metal bats is probably gonna be a little weird too, because the weight difference. But I mean,
the wood's heavier. Is that?
Yeah,
is that right?
it was a little bit heavier, different. It weighs different than the metal bat. With the metal bats we use, the Easton bats. So, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I like it. I mean, I hope one day I can play professional with a wood bat. So.
Of course. And are you going to be working on that a little bit more coming on later in the season?
Yes, for sure. We use wood bats in our batting cages, so it's all. I mean, I'm pretty used to it a little bit. I mean, I just can't wait to get back to start playing again.
Absolutely. Now my final question here. So the fans got to know Dwanya Williams-Sutton, the baseball player. Now, who's Dwanya Williams-Sutton, the guy off the field?
I'm pretty much a chill and relaxed dude all the time, and humble guy. Love people, love smiling, as people always tell me they love my smile. So, I mean, I'm just hoping to leave a good impression on everybody, you know?
Yeah, I know I saw on your Twitter account that you had hashtag be humble. Yeah, is that one of your main virtues that you try to live after?
Always be humble, man.
And
that's what my grandma told me.
Yep, and I have certainly seen your humility while you've been here. You've been more than happy to talk with all of us. You've been a absolutely stand-up person, and I thank you for your time today, Dwanya.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Wish you the best of luck this upcoming year.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Nice talking to you.